Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts. And we are back in the world of Maximum The Hormone with the original version of Chu Chu Lovely, as we done the cover by Castile,
Cotterley, isn't it?
Cotterly, yes. The
And I think we talked about that on that of probably butchering the pronunciation, and no one has corrected us at time of recording.
yes,
But hopefully, by the time this comes out and it's been up a couple of days, we can get double corrected on that. But
yes,
yes, it's on the channel, and it will probably be linked at the end of the video if you want to watch that.
yes. So you really liked the cover.
I
So are you
did.
ready for the original?
Well, it's odd, isn't it? Because I've got no frame. I've heard it, but I've got no frame of reference as to where it'll be the same and where it'll be different. Because that one felt very Maximum the Hormone, and probably rightfully so because they are. I can't remember what the terminology was that was used from. They look like
Franchise thing,
franchise.
wasn't it?
That was
Yeah.
it, wasn't it? I kept wanting to say subsidiary, which no, but yeah, they're kind of a franchise of it. So every fibre of me kind of goes, is it going to be really, really similar? I don't know. I don't know. I'm intrigued.
So, shall we get it on so you can find out?
Let's choo choo lovely.
So, Mr. Seven, now that you've heard both, what do you think of the original?
You asked me. I thought you was going to ask me the tricky question of which one do I
Oh, that's
prefer.
later. That's later.
Okay. Yeah. It's hard to talk about this without comparing, but I want to try and kind of go as it is. I really, really like this song.
It's
We've
a
done a
fun
lot of
little ditty, isn't it?
well, and I think that word "fun" really, really, really sings out on this, doesn't it? So they've got chock full of humour and musical talent throughout what they do. But this one, with the word "fun," this one feels like there's the much more lean into the fun side of it than maybe the musical transition side of it, and even the humour side. I, I couldn't. I was finding it hard to get a direct translation there, but I got some translation, and some of it I think is probably quite humorous. Some of the lyrics that I saw, anyway. But um, it does what I love with Maximum the Hormone. They are floating in and out of genres of music, speeds of music, styles of music, heaviness, softness, with the greatest of ease. But for most of them that I've really enjoyed of theirs, and maybe it's just that phrase, that "Chu Chu Lovely" phrase, and the way that it's vocally delivered, that stands out more than most of the individual elements from any of the other songs. And
Yeah.
every time we kept coming back to it, I was like, yeah, yeah, I do want to hear your other stuff, but come back, Choo Choo Love Me, Choo Choo Lovely me again, please.
Yeah, this is one of their ones that like Coinosperm, and that
Don't
doesn't
don't
do,
don't sully it
but it doesn't
by the
do the
one
sort of,
miss.
that doesn't have the massive transitions or massively different sort of bits in there. It sort of all sits very snugly. Yes, there's the speed up bit where you get the more
Yeah,
guttural vocals and stuff, but it doesn't shit money riffs all over the place like some of the other stuff does. But
yeah.
it's
Those
just
bits in this
fucking fun.
those bits in this one feel like they're more there to um, break it up so that it is, I guess, probably arguably a bit more like a more traditional song
Yeah,
of, we won't just do the same thing for the whole of it. We'll have some breakup points. And again, even in that world, with the much more subdued in what they do with their transitions, oh, it still kicks the crap out of most bands, doesn't it? For
yeah,
for how they actually do that.
yeah. It is just a fun song. So now is the time. Compare and contrast.
So it's a tough compare and contrast, because a large part of me wants to say I prefer the cover, because the cover is extended out and it has that extra dance
The
club,
EDM bit, yeah,
yeah, element to it, and I really like that. It's what really stood out on that for me. And so a lot of the fibers of my body want to say prefer the cover. The bit that wants me to sort of stay with the original, though, is I think on the cover I focus more on that. I think that was the selling point for me, of going, I like this song, and again, more transitiony. Whereas I lost the Choo Choo Lovely magic.
yeah.
I didn't find the other one as fun. So, considering that for a large part of this, the songs are exactly the same and the cover's more just with stuff added in, they do feel like dramatically different songs, whilst being, for the large
The
part,
same.
exactly the same song. Yeah, I don't know. I will. You can give me which one you prefer, and I promise I will commit to one. But my brain still needs a couple of more seconds to fight as to whether it
See,
wants like the more musically astute one against the, or I'd smile every time I listen to this song one.
I do love that cover, and as I said, that EDM bit is just chef's kiss, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is where you've made this amazing, but it ain't as fun. The original is far more fun. It is the better one of the two for
I
me.
guess one of the ways to kind of force your arm to make a decision is, if only one of these could exist in the universe, what would you want to exist in the universe? And I think for me, as I was thinking about that, I went, it's more the other way of, where do I think this universe would be a much sadder place if one of these versions didn't exist, and it's the original, isn't it? I think it would be a bleak existence without it now that it's found its way into my life, and I don't want to think of a universe without that. Funny enough, when I was bringing up the lyrics, and it's not a series I've watched, I do own the first two volumes of it, but this was in Chainsaw Man, the anime, and apparently, to great aplomb, it was during a date scene, and it caused quite a stir because people thought it was a song that was written for the show, and then people found out no, it's a pre-existing song. So it had, and I don't know. I see when the series was that when this happened. Yep. God, I wish people would put dates on articles and things like that. Where's the journalistic integrity? There's no such thing. About 3 months ago, it was in an episode of it. So they're having
Yeah.
this song is having a bit of a surge at the moment, based off of it being in that anime. So one more reason for me to start actually watching those many animes that are on that long list of animes I say I'm going to watch.
Yes. Because I do know they've done, I think, Death Note as well. I think they're one of their songs is used in Death Note as
Which
like one of
which
the
I
either it's either the intro or the outro music is one of theirs.
The thing is, as well, and I watched that, but I had no idea. Like, and I watched Death Note many moons ago, so yeah, I had no idea that the band were involved, and I bloody love Death Note. But this isn't the animes that I haven't watched or animes I loved show, but at the very least, I think I might watch a clip of this song to a scene from an anime. It'd be quite interesting. Although I won't understand what's going on because I don't know anything about it. But it's called Chainsaw Man. Let's hope there's some chainsaws in it.
I've heard good things about Chainsaw Man from one of my guys that does Abstract Japan podcast. Tyler, he loves Chainsaw Man and goes on about it all the time. So I would, go on his recommendation. It's meant to be really good. It is one of those ones that was like, I think it's on Netflix. I'm meant to get around to watching it at some point, but never have.
Well, as I say,
Shame me.
you now have a reason to as well, so we can get more
Yes,
Chu Chu Lovely in our life.
exactly. So you there out there, which do you prefer? This or the original? Or the cover even? This is the original. As
It's
always,
because we did it
YouTube
the wrong way
thing.
around, didn't we? We
Yeah.
did the cover first and then the original afterwards. But...
Yes. As always, like, subscribe, ring bells, and all the YouTubey things. And
Oh,
until next
sorry, ring a
time,
bell. Sorry, I forgot to ring the bell.
how dare you? The boy will be
My
after you.
bad. My bad.
And until next time, goodbye.